Talking about the real. Talk a real topics, no facts. Talk a real shit and you know that. That's a fact, chip, chat and chill. Yeah. Talking about the real. Talk a real topics, no that. Talk a real shit, you know that. That's a fact, chip, chat and chill. Talk about the real. Talk whatever you want, whenever you want. Whatever you want, whatever you want. Yeah. Chip, chat and chill. Talk about the real. Talk a real topics, no facts. Talk a real shit and you know that.
Guys, welcome back to Chip Chat and Chill. Tonight is another fun escape from adulting, millennial perspectives, sharing good conversation, and today we're going to talk about the good stuff, quality time, and just making it your own, whether it be with family members or with your favorite people. So tonight I have special guests on. They're very close to my heart. This is Jules and Nikki. They reside in New York right now, and they have introduced the world to a wonderful game, a card game for adults that just brings all the nostalgia and the ratchet and the good times and all of that out. Lyrically correct. Nikki and Jules, welcome to Chip Chat and Chill. How are you tonight?
We're good.
We're good, doing good.
Y'all look good. Look at y'all with y'all paraphernalia. I need me a shirt. Let me
Yeah. We can get you some merch.
So proud of y'all. So proud of
you. Thank you.
I put us on a rooftop since outside is closed. And
Okay.
like this is the cute version of not even having to wear a bubble or a shearling or a
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's chill. You know what I'm saying? If we got it to ourselves, we shut it down. They just like lyrically correct it. Let's shut the rooftop down. Just let them in.
Word. This VIP.
Exactly. The red tape, the red carpet, all of that. So in the middle of coming into 2020 and everybody's at the house if you're a parent, of course, with their children. What has that experience been like for the both of you as far as trying to manage on a day-to-day, running a business, trying to manage each other, communication, all of that? How's that been going for you?
Ladies first.
I think it has been quite challenging. I think everyone can say that. But when you throw in just trying to have some normalcy in the crazy, it's like almost impossible. But, you know, we try to communicate, give each other a little grace sometimes, and think positively that hopefully this whole craziness of 2020 will be over. So I think just giving each other grace, walking in love. You know.
Yeah, so cute. Yep. That works.
Yeah. So I think yes, trying to stay positive is key. Just hoping and praying that this whole thing ends sooner than later. Realizing everything isn't perfect. Like nothing's the same as it was before, let's say March, before this whole thing started. And taking our son outside for, I would say, a longer fun time for him, but really it's a break for us so the other person could somewhat relax or chill or get their work done for their job or just, cleaning around the house, whatever it is. So, so for him, it seems like he's having more fun, but for us, it's more of a break,
Yeah, it works. That's a part of Chip Chat and Chill. Everybody that's on here loves a good snack or something. So did you guys already have dinner time? What did you have this evening?
So we got hibachi. So we had some hibachi chicken, and then we got sushi.
Yeah, sushi.
It was pretty good. It was good.
I miss sushi. I ain't had that in a minute.
Yeah, it was good. I had spicy tuna. It's good.
All right. Well, I had, I ordered a pizza for the kids. So we had a stuffed crust pizza. That was I wasn't banking on it being that great, but it was actually the bomb. So, yay for Saturday night pizza. So tonight, I'm drinking Old Faithful water with the glass to match my outfit. Coincidentally, that was not intended. And some grapes. I'm trying to play it safe because I know I'm about to be a beast in 2 weeks. This is my favorite time of the year. So yeah, I'm trying to behave. It's hard when you're in the house.
Yes,
Especially if
very much so. Yes,
God,
it's very
and my
hard.
husband loves carbs, so God, y'all pray for me. Well, we got much and learn out of the way. We'll go ahead and kick off our segment on quality time. That's something I know definitely growing up. Jules and I are cousins. We had cousins that had birthdays like every year.
Yeah.
It was always a gathering for somebody graduation, or if it was like a semi-family reunion, we got
Yeah.
together. 4th of July, I know we got a cousin that lived in one part of Brooklyn. She always had a cookout, a huge cookout for 4th of July. That was like the highlight of my summers every year. But quality time is something definitely that's important and should definitely be a mainstay in our culture, whether it be with our family, ways that we find to get together with just our peers and our friends and just keep adult recess a thing. That's definitely something I want to make like a huge big deal as millennials. Adult recess is important, especially when you have children.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very,
And
very important.
whenever you decide to grow your family, you'll definitely appreciate it the more. I love
Yeah.
a chip chat and chill session because this is my adult recess time. Talk with adults and not just mommy, 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 but it's dope. And just to reflect on things either from the former or just to reflect on things that you may share in common that you're looking forward to in the future. So when it comes down to quality time, Nikki, do you have any favorite memories either with your friends or family or something that you have maybe developed during quarantine or on the brink of quarantine that you love to incorporate in your me time or your quality time?
So I think quality time with my family growing up, my cousin and my aunt would come over every single weekend. So that was super fun. That brings back a lot of memories. And then with my friends, more so growing up, like I lived really like one door over from my best friend. So I got to see her quite a bit every weekend. And then as I got older and went off to college, I think quality time turned into turn ups.
Yes.
Every weekend if I wasn't studying. So I went out a lot with my friends for birthdays and Q parties and all those things. So it was really fun. So I cherish the quality time because that's what makes the memories that we always remember. So
Exactly. Jules, what are some of your favorites?
Um, I would say when I was younger, probably like you mentioned earlier, the cookouts and birthday parties, and I know my closer cousins that I would see more regularly is we would just play fight a lot all the time, wrestling, watching wrestling and imitating the moves on each other. So that was quality time then. But then like Nikki says, as I got older, I played football in high school and in college. So anything dealing with sports was quality time with my friends. So yeah, anything dealing with sports, whether now we're a little older, my back not set up how it used to be. So probably watching sports instead of playing now. But yes, I would say just a lot of things around sports.
Yeah. I just thought about it literally today as I was preparing for today's episode. I miss a good sleepover. That was good.
Yeah, it's been a while, right?
Like
Yeah,
a
I don't
good,
know. When the,
nice group of your favorites, and y'all just be, going. If it was somebody's birthday, it was just because y'all be having like a movie night. Y'all get to playing some games. When sleeping bags was a thing, or a lock-in. I used to have lock-ins at my elementary school. We used to lock-ins. I was like, man, I miss a good sleepover. So that's something. Hopefully, when the world opens up, my son is of age. He would be able to participate with. He misses his two best friends in kindergarten. They've been separated since.
oh wow,
That's the other thing. Like, it's kind of hard with them being so young. They don't understand what this pandemic has done, but they just know they're separated from everybody. And he's like, I miss school and I miss my friends. And it makes me sad, but it's like, we're trying to protect your health. We're trying to do the best safe thing for you. But, and eventually in the future, we'll be able to reunite with them and spend some quality time one on one, face to face. What kind of routines or traditions do you see yourself incorporating in Jeremiah's like journey with childhood, especially like right now, he's the only child. He gets to absorb all of your attention. He gets all the good stuff. He's the first. What kind of quality time do you like to spend, or what kind of quality time does he like to gravitate to so far? What's his like favorite stuff to do?
He likes cars, like his little sports cars. So he's always saying, "Follow me, follow me." So I got to grab the car and follow him around the house and everything. Surprisingly, I'm not. I mean, I like to listen to music. I don't play any instruments or anything like that. But he thoroughly enjoys playing the drums, and he'll have his tambourine and try and play a tambourine, or
he loves dancing
and dancing.
So sometimes we'll have dance parties,
or we'll act like I'll get like a straw and act like we playing the trumpet. So like the other day we was acting like we was a band, like at homecoming or something like that. Yeah. So I don't things like that. I would say he enjoys the instruments, just playing different games and everything like that. Definitely cars and trains that's his favorite right now.
I think we just try to do as much free fun at home, if that makes sense. So lots of like pretend play. Like Jules mentioned, the band, and playing music, dancing, trying to incorporate some educational stuff as much as possible. And I think more so just the tradition of being like, and showing him like love, like family hugs, and let's go on a family walk. I mean, we try not to spoil him too much with material things and toys. Just trying to enjoy pretty much like quality time together. I know,
like yesterday when we made pizza.
Yesterday we made pizza. But I feel like just kind of free fun, because I know his time with us is pretty limited, because once he gets about 10, he's going to want to be with his friends on the video game. So just trying to make memories.
I'm glad you mentioned the video games, because that's the other thing I was going to get into. We mentioned it before, my co-host and I, we were talking amongst ourselves. We were talking about this generation and how not antisocial they are, but how limited their social skills are. Mm-hmm. And when they interact with one another, you see them, all they want to do is have a device in their hand. I'm like, you could, or the new thing is to go on YouTube and watch someone else have fun when you could be creating your own fun yourself. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, we had hopscotch, we had the fire hydrant in the city. If you was the city
in the summertime,
block parties, you knocking on somebody's door, and you did not go in the house until when
the lights came on.
Thank you. These kids know nothing about that, and unfortunately, virtual learning induces even more of that behavior. Goodness, I just miss good old-fashioned interaction with them, like that's not electronically induced. My son, he has, Jules, you should see his room. It's marveled and DC'd out.
Yeah, everything, huh?
It's sickening. If you watch his show on the YouTube channel, Dream Friday Facts About, he did like a 2-part series on just Marvel and the movies and the characters and this.
Oh wow, that's dope though. He's into that. That's dope.
So when you ask him, like, he'll tell you the backstory of every character, but it's like, okay, well, why do you want to get on this app so bad? You can go create something. Okay, how about you create like a different movie? Because you have all of the material in your own. Just go be creative. So when you said that, I definitely agree with you that the quality time should be focused on just embracing, love, one-on-one time, encourage them to be creative, think outside the box. I'm all for that. With that said, the next question I wanted to get to, as we talk about like games and things like that, what were your guys' favorite like board games growing up? What was like your ultimate, like, oh gosh, we got to play this?
For me, this is like I was really little, I loved Candyland.
Yeah.
And then what was the one that you push the Trouble? That was my game. Trouble.
Yes.
And then what was the other board game? Candyland, Trouble.
Did you play Battleships?
That was kind of boyish. No,
I like
didn't play that.
Battleships.
I liked Connect 4.
Yeah.
And then I remember it was like one year it was kind of gross, but you had to like pull the boogers out the guy's nose. He had like a big nose. It was like something Louis, something, but like my brother and my cousin and I, we played that too.
I remember that game. Oh my gosh.
Louis or something like that.
What was the game? Was it called? Was it Operation or DOSA
or
something?
Operation was
Operation.
good too.
Yeah. Yes.
Operation. I like that.
I remember I saw it was like, yeah, growing up, this is where my anxiety started with Operation. It was like a meme going around.
Oh yeah. You got to be precise. If you ain't precise, it'll drive you nuts. Like I know I'm about to. I know.
Yeah, I like Operation.
You know, Chuck E. Cheese has the big life-size one. When you go there, they have a life-size version of Operation. It's dope.
For real?
Yes. So going into that, talking about board games and things. So we wanted to go more into you guys' new endeavor and learn a little bit more about Lyrically Correct. So if you could tell us more about the game, how you got the idea, where it come from, how to play.
Yeah, so Lyrically Correct was birthed during quarantine, right in the beginning in about March, scrolling on my phone, and it was a picture going around, and it was like asking questions about different songs. I don't remember like what year. Yeah. So then I was like asking Jules, and I was like, do you know the answers to these? And he's like, no. And then
I didn't know those.
He didn't know a lot. So then I was like, this would be a dope game. And he was like, it would be a dope game. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, no, we should create a game like this. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, no, I'm gonna call Dante, which is Jules' cousin, and Tiff, which is Dante's wife, and tell them like about like maybe we can start this as a business. Okay. So we called Dante and Tiff. I don't know if it was the same day or the next day. I
think it was the next day.
I think it was the next day, and we was like, and they were like all on it. They were like, yeah, let's do it. And then the rest is kind of like history, to be completely honest. So it's been a whole ball of emotions. Everything has been going far beyond like our expectations. Our game has been doing really, really, really well. It's exciting, and I can't wait to see where our game is going next.
Nice. I'm excited. Yeah, when I saw it, I had no idea. When I first saw it, it just fell in my timeline. I was like, this looks pretty cool. And I'm looking at the questions like, I know this. I'm like the MP3 player. I could listen to something. Like I used to love Shazam, the act they made of the game.
Oh yeah, the app. Yep.
I used to love that show. I'd be like, yes, I need to be on that show because I know every song. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I know that. And then when I saw you guys, sharing it on Facebook, that's when I was like, they made it. I was too proud. Yes.
Yeah. So that's our game. Well, it's a music trivia game based around 90s through 2000s hip hop and R&B questions, popular songs from that era. So from the 1990s all the way to like the mid 2000s. So our game consists of 140 question cards, and then we have 10 challenge cards. So you can play with 2 or more players, and then you're divided into teams, 2 teams, and then each team will get 2 sets of challenge cards. So you have you're timed when you're asked a question, each team, and then if you get a question correct, then someone can issue a challenge card. So I think the challenge cards are like the meat and potatoes of our game.
Yes.
It challenges you to really, 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 really prove if you know your music. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that part. Okay. So later on in the show, we're definitely going to try to play 1 round at least to see how this goes and have fun with you guys. So I'm excited. I'm very proud to know that you guys are doing so well. Congratulations on your new venture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Being innovative in the mind and going ahead and launching this new idea and launching your own business now with having to juggle normal life. What has your journey through entrepreneurship been like so far?
Like Nikki said, lots of ups and downs. Definitely a roller coaster of emotions. This is new to both of us. Our first business, our first uh, joint business venture together. We're also doing it, like she said, Dante's my cousin, so we're doing this with him and his wife, so that's different as well. I've known Dante my whole life, but I've never worked with him, so that's different. Also, I've known Tiff for a very long time as well, but I've never worked with her. Got to know them both better from this, I would say. And it's challenging in its ways, but it's also fulfilling in ways as well. I didn't go to school for business or anything like that, so I'm learning as I go. Dante and Tiffany, they did go to school for business, so where in areas where I might struggle, they could pick up the slack. Areas where interacting with people or something like that, where I might do that better than someone else, I pick up the slack on that. So I think we all feed off of each other in different ways. Some people are in school right now. Dante's in law school, working. We both couples have children. We're working. We're here in New York. They're in North Carolina. So it's just very different. So
Yeah.
it's challenging in its own way, but it's also fulfilling because this is from the '90s and 2000s. So making the game was fun.
This is
We
our era.
this is our era. So we literally just listening to all the music that we would go to different parties, whether you partying in the Key or Rucker parties back in the day, high school parties, or when you went to college. So it was fun making the game, but in canceling out questions, no, that song wasn't popular enough, or yes, this song was good. Oh, add this in too. So it was fun, but I enjoyed it
But
making it.
I think too, I agree with everything you say. But I also want to add that being in business as a team has definitely um, been just an amazing experience. And I think it's comforting to know that like you're in business with people that you like trust.
Yes, yes.
Because and you know that things are just going to prosper and flourish. Every meeting that we have, we begin in prayer, period. That's how we start our meetings before we get
Begin and end.
we begin
and
in
end.
our meetings in prayer. So I think that has been helpful. I think for me, just being in business with people that we trust and we love, their family. Sometimes families can't come together for us to have family dinner. So I think it's amazing for us to just come together and start this business.
I agree. I think that's beautiful. And I'm glad actually that that's the gag to 2020. That's the gag to COVID. Even with the distance, you were still able to flourish in one venture together. You're still able to bond and build ties, build bridges, not only with familiar, friendships and relationships, but just learning something new with a circle of people that you can trust and depend on. You can rely on each other where you may lack, the other person may be able to fill in, and vice versa. I think that's the greatest thing that I can definitely vibe to and agree with you on an experience with just having to figure stuff out, make it happen, and do your best. That's exactly how I was able to do this show, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to have you guys to share it with because that's exactly what it's been. It's highs, it's lows, it's peaks, it's valleys, but it's a great experience and it's one that you own, but you guys are doing so well, and I commend you for even putting your best effort toward it, even with school, with work, with health, and safety at the forefront, being parents and having to depend on just being a good reliable family member to other people outside of your own bubble. That's a lot in itself. But with entrepreneurship being something that you're fully taking control of or taking on now, how do you want to teach Jeremiah as far as owning his own, and what type of legacy building do you want to lend to him? Because I know we've had in our generation, the millennials, I don't know about just 2020 in itself, but like the past 3 to 5 years, I've seen us doing it. We are doing every and anything to make sure that no one is bossed over our time, our resources, our freedom. Freedom is a big thing for me, and what we're able to do outside of working up until, you know, you're up for a pension or something. So the question would be, what do you want to leave for a legacy as far as your journey with entrepreneurship and your work ethic, or what it is to have your own for Jeremiah?
For me, just like Nikki was saying, in terms of like having your own business, like being more uh, financially aware, financially conscious, like just know what's going on with your money, how to organize and make your money work for you, like essentially making money while you sleep. That's very important. Both of us, we were working, and then this is our part-time job, our second job, a second stream of income.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what you want to have, and then building a something that you own. So as much work as you put in, as much work as you're going to get out. Nobody's telling you you have to work these hours, or no, you can't take vacation or anything like that. If you work, you put in the time, you put in the money, you put in the blood, sweat, and tears, you'll see the fruits of your labor. But if you lazy and you don't want to do nothing, then that's just money that you throwing down the drain. And at that point, but definitely just have him knowing your mother and father did it, so now we're gonna teach you, and you can do it on your own as well.
Mm-hmm. I would say, just to kind of echo that, is, to watch us. I remember one of my pastors, he used to say, more is caught than taught. So if Jeremiah sees us putting in work, even now, like, we're shipping out orders, he sees us, as he gets older, I think, he'll start to ask questions, mimic what we do, because he does it now. I just think you can only lead by example. I can't tell Jeremiah, you need to go to school, you need to do this, and you need to do that, if he doesn't see us doing it. So I feel like you just have to show your kids more than you can tell them. I also, for Jeremiah, want to leave integrity. Even today, when we went to go pick up our food, right? It's, with COVID and the restrictions with restaurants, our food was literally sitting on the table. No one was at the front door. Like, I literally could have took our bag and just left, and no one would have known like anything. But I said, well, let me go inside. And I sat there for like 5 minutes because, the service is slow because it's low staff and stuff like that. So the hostess was like waiting the table and all that kind of stuff. So then when she came, I was like, hey, like, I'm here to pay for my order that's sitting out there. She was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I didn't pay over the phone. Like, here's my card. So like, if Jeremiah was seeing that as he's a teenager, and teens get in those weird, kind of phases where they think they're slick. And I think everyone goes through that. Like, just having integrity, that goes a long way. So I just feel like that's very, very important too. And also education. I think, sometimes even with millennials, they don't think they need a ton of education. Like, they think it can happen overnight. And that's not the case. Even in terms of like this business, like Dante and Tiffany, they have a background in running a business. Like, like you have to have some form of education, because the overnight celebrity and success, it just doesn't happen often. So, you need some type of education. Not that, if he does not want to go to college, great, but how can we support you, right, to be the best at what you want to do? If you want to be an artist, okay, so you need to be practicing your trumpet or whatever you're playing. Okay, I want to play sports. You best believe you're going to be practicing every single day. Like, so I think a lot of times the younger generations, they just see the fame, but not the blood, the sweat, and the tears. So that's something I want to instill in him as well.
Yeah, they have no idea about that backstory. They only see the glory. They like, ooh, that looks nice. The shiny glitz and the glam and the oohs and the eyes and the praise. But it's like, boy, that backstory.
Yep.
Only knew all the stress, all the figure it out. I got to figure it out. Get back against the wall. People have no idea. When you're able to see something, execute it, be determined to put it into fruition. I'm glad when I'm able to see guys like yourself and others that are about their business be surrounded with a good circle that's able to support them wholeheartedly, not slighting or, even jealousy. But, that's a whole another thing. But just being able to rely on people to feed you and you can feed them back, if that makes sense. It's not a one-handed deal where you're getting the resources and the help from them, but they're helpful as well, and you're able to help them. There's probably things about your industry that they didn't know before they got into it. They just had a good basis to start with to give you a launching pad and help you drive it. And on the other hand, it's just like you can be multifaceted as a millennial. You don't have to be one lane stuck. You don't have to depend on one resource for income, or wait until that one big check until you can retire. No, there's multiple resources to get it and have it last. Making residual income, like you said, Jules, is the move. Like, you have to be able to invest and do that while you sleep, so that there's little to worry about. You have a lot more freedom with entrepreneurship and investing into yourself. And along with that comes with the responsibility of being good at pouring into yourself, whatever self-care and self-love looks like. What does that look like for you when you make time for yourself outside of business mode, parent mode, husband, wife mode? What does self-care look like for you when you have time to decompress? One-on-one me time is the most important thing, because you can give that back to everybody that you're spending quality time with. So what does that me time look like, decompressing and pouring back into yourself?
So for me, when I decompress, I like to take a shower and then go in the room and have a glass of wine and just kind of relax. I also
the lights have to be off too.
Yes, the lights.
She's
have
laughing
to be...
because I usually mess up her me time and bust in the room and cut the lights on. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing right now?"
I usually just
like,
have
my bad.
The lamp on my nightstand on, so it's kind of dim. Sometimes I like candles, like scents, really like eucalyptus and stuff like that. Helps me decompress. And doing my nails. So like during quarantine, I got into like the nail stickers. Okay. And they're like great. Like you can give yourself a manicure in like 10 minutes tops. So
nice.
Actually, Tiffany put me onto that. So, and they're $2.99. So you can buy like as many as you want and change your nails as often as you want. Nice. So I think that really kind of helps me like decompress, because it's hard. Like it's like go, 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 go. And sometimes even just sleep, like going to bed early. Like yesterday was a day and Jules was just like, just lay down. So I went to bed super early. Of course, I got up early to do work, but I just needed the bedtime at 10 p.m. as opposed to midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So that's how I decompress. I'll be curious to hear what you say.
Mine's pretty simple. I watch TV or watch comedies on like YouTube, like old stuff. But yeah, usually just watch TV or something like that. Like during quarantine, I was very excited to watch the Michael Jordan special, as I'm sure most people were. So that when I watched that, you wasn't too moved by it at first, like, and then that was my me time. It was like, shh, it's on. Let me watch this. So that, I want to say Dave Chappelle came out with a special during quarantine. I watched that. So yeah, usually sports, comedies, stuff like that. I'm fine. It's quiet. She's in the room doing her me time, or we'll switch if she's out here doing her nails and I'm in the room. So it's, yeah, to me that's how I decompress.
That's what's up. Yep, you gotta definitely get that time in to re-up. So you get back to the work pony, but don't let the work pony work you.
Yes.
Because if you do, it will.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I doing? Who am I?
Yeah. You'll lose yourself and then spiral out of control.
Yeah. Shout out to not being washed up.
Yeah. I'm trying.
That's what's up. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and kick off happy hour.
Okay.
And I have a few games I'm gonna play with Jules and Nikki for happy hour tonight. And we're definitely gonna fit in a round of lyrically correct. But before we get into it, I actually wanted to get in something a little serious, just slightly. It's not a Debbie Downer, but I just wanted to get into something just slightly serious, because I see things and I try not to get in my feelings, but sometimes you just can't help it. So I just wanted to ask a nice, friendly question, especially 2020 being the way it is. I think we should change the tone on how we view things and how we view people sometimes. Not to be so just one dimensional when it comes to certain things. With that said, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to ask a question real quick. I asked this question recently, and I was quite astonished with the answer I got. So I just wanted feedback from Jules and Nick and see. So I just wanted to beg a question. Can we just like normalize the fact that not everybody gets hype about playing spades?
Playing spades.
You could be black and not want to play spades.
Or do you know how to play spades?
Know how to play spades, or not like care to know how to play spades. What'd you say, Jules?
You know how to play spades?
Listen, no, I don't know how to play spades. Okay.
So we don't really know how. I mean, I know the rules. See, right, but then when I start explaining too much, people are like, oh, nah, he don't know how to play that. Nah, he don't know how to play. But I know how to play. I know the rules.
Right.
But as far as being good, nah, I'm not good. So usually I'm over there, let's play dominoes or something like that, or let's play, crazy eights or something like, who got Uno? But
Uno,
spades, if nobody else is playing, then I'll play.
I think the problem with spades is that no one is willing to teach people how to play.
That is
who don't know, let me rephrase that. People don't have the patience to teach you. It's always, you don't know how to play?
Yes.
Do I know how to play? I get the premise of it. But if someone were to explain it to me, okay, and then I feel like just with everything else, even with Uno, people change the rules all the time. So it's like, how am I supposed to know how to play?
Yeah, pick a way and let's play the one way. Don't change it next week, because we was getting fine. We were all good and well last week playing it, and now you want to change? No, let's be consistent.
Yeah. So
y'all feel me?
Yeah, we definitely feel you. Now, Dante, on the other hand, does not feel that at all, because he is spades like.
Is he an aggressive spades player?
Yeah, nonstop. Yeah.
I've seen friendships be on the brink of dead.
Yeah, don't renege. Don't renege at a cookout. Don't do that.
That's a hot mess. Wow. Yeah, it gets deep. I've seen F-bombs thrown and all of that over and people get carried out over these books. I'm like, it's really okay. No, it's really okay. It's just cards. I promise. Yeah. It's not an actual sport. It's just a card game that have. It's really
you better make board. At least you better make board.
Here's another argument I want to raise. Yeah, when it comes to food, I feel a certain way about a certain food, and I just wanted to just get your opinion. I wanted to know if I was alone in that or not. Do you feel a way about this particular side dish? I just believe that potato salad, in my opinion, is not mandatory because you're black. I think that it does not have to be on the table at every occasion. I honestly think that potato salad deserves to be left as a cookout side.
So in my family, we didn't make potato salad for Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was like a cookout thing.
Now, in my house, my grandmother was the cook for the church. So potato salad was in the house every weekend. And yeah, that was like a normal thing to have. But yeah, so potato salad was definitely at every family function. And now I prefer macaroni salad though over potato salad. But if potato salad is not there, I might judge you.
You judging?
Yeah, how's no potato salad here? What's going on? I don't get this.
So you know how like we've been home and we've had time to think a lot more often than not, and just own who you are, accept some things about yourself. Yeah, that was my come to Jesus moment for 2020. One of them at least. I could live without potato salad. I can. I'm admitting it out loud. Chip chat and chill, ladies and gents. I can live without potato salad. Yes, yes. And you can judge me if you need to, but I'm okay with that. Because listen, there's so many different ways. First of all, it's a colonizer's dish. It's from Germany. Okay. And there are so many different ways people make it. It's too many. It's not like a one shot. Like this is like the stand. No, it's like so many ways you can make it. West Indians like to make it warm. Some of them, they like to make it warm and they add peas and carrots. Others want to put, raisins. I ain't gonna say yeah, it's just too much going on. I was like, can you just leave that like as an option at the cookout? We got potato salad out growing up, so I'm okay without it. I just want
I just want to see it on the menu. I don't need it. I just want to see it. It got to be on the menu.
That's okay. But Jules is letting everybody at Chip Chat and Chill know if he does not see it on your menu and you are a person of color, he's gonna judge you. And I'm definitely responsible.
Whoever's the auntie or the grandma that cooked most of the food.
And if she doesn't have kinkles,
yeah.
If her
or that little thing right here, or that little thing right here, she got that.
Her thigh's not rubbing.
Yeah, nah, I ain't.
Or that one strand of hair that just be like flip flapping like a flap. If none of that is happening, Jules is gonna judge you. Yeah, it's happening. All right. So for happy hour, next up we have a game of new name. Who this? So this is one game that I actually came up with that was exclusive to Chip Chat and Chill. And what I do here on the show, I pre-screen the guests and sometimes my co-hosts when they're on. And I exchange information with them ahead of the show. And they have no idea what I'm going to use it for until we use it. So now we're getting into new name, who this? I'm going to use the information that both Jules and Nikki have shared with me ahead of today's episode. So what we're going to do, I am going to take that information and give them both new names. Now, this is based upon the information, Nikki, that you have given me. I'm going to give Jules his new name.
Okay.
Jules, the information you have given me, I'm going to give Nikki her new name. Jules, you're going to have to guess her name and vice versa. Nikki, you're going to have to guess his. But here is the kicker. You ready? I wish I had Jeremiah to do my drum roll, but here's the kicker. I'm going to read it like this.
Oh, man.
So, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Okay, let me get a napkin so I don't embarrass myself. All right, first name. Okay. Jules, this is your name.
Flat. Wait, say it one more time. Black and white. Fleaser. Black and white. I can't get it. Black and white. Black.
Oh God.
Pastor Nani. I don't know. Pastor Nani. Testimony. Pepperoni. Pizza.
Yes.
Black pepperoni pizza. Got you.
Okay, Ricky. Here you go. Oh God. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your new name is Zachia.
Blue cheese pizza.
Oh yeah. Okay, you guys, this is my new name. Here you go. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say that too.
Black chitlins.
Oh hell no. What? Let's check that too.
Black
Let's check that too.
chicken and cheese.
Like let's check that too.
Black.
Black chicken wings.
Nikki, you almost had it. Like
Chicken.
good chicken and cheese.
Grilled chicken and cheese.
Oh.
Woo. I love that game. I am willing to go at least one round on some lyrically correct. So how do you guys want to set this up?
Okay, so we'll ask you some questions and let's see how many you can answer in 60 seconds.
Let's see if you lyrically correct.
Jules, you want to start a 60-second timer?
Yeah, let's start it. Hold on.
I'm drinking some water.
And be prepared that I can challenge you, okay?
Okay. I think I can. All right.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
What does Neo gotta change now that he's alone?
His answering machine.
Yes.
All
And
right.
All About the Benjamins, what was Diddy's 3-course meal?
Spaghetti, fettuccine, or bill.
What did Escape need from you?
Understanding.
Oh,
okay,
snap.
I'm going to give you a challenge card. Can you see that?
Wait, so I got to pause it.
Okay, so now it's going to be, this one is kind of easy. You have to finish the next line to the song. Go.
I see it. Hold on.
So you have to finish the next line of understanding. So you said, what I need from you is
understanding when we communicate. You know, hear what I say.
Okay, good.
Oh, so
when you answer a challenge card, you get 3 points. so far you have 6 points. Okay.
All right, we're going back. Ready?
Okay.
Go.
Okay, and Give It To Me. What does Jay-Z say to do with the Prada blouse, Gucci, and Filth Mark jeans?
Take that off.
Yeah, good. Jodeci will give up their money, house, and cars for what? 12 seconds. You can also pass if you want. Okay. How does Jay-Z reintroduce himself?
My name is Hov. Ace.
You got it. Time.
So let's see how many points you got. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. You got 8 points.
That's good. That's real good. Yeah, if we play, you on my team. You on my team.
You did really good.
That's good. Yay! Good questions. Yes, you got all the good stuff in there. I'm excited. So you guys, anyone that is interested in keeping up with Jules and Nikki, you could definitely log on to all social media at
Lyrically Correct Game.
Lyrically Correct Game?
Yeah, Lyrically Correct Game.
Okay, and the website is?
lyricallycorrect.com.
Gotcha. All right. You can follow them, learn more information about the game, how to order it, and all that good stuff. And they also have wonderful promotions going on continuously. If you get on their mailing list, you can keep up with them and keep up to date on current events and offers that are available. I want to thank you guys again so much for joining me tonight. We had a great time. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes. Thank you for having us. Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
my other no problem. Now my other question is, this paraphernalia you got going on, will you guys be selling it anytime in the future?
In the future, that's in the works. That's the next step for us to figure out merch, what's going on with that. But for right now,
these are for our members,
our
team members.
Yeah, our team members. These are like members only club type sweaters. But in the near future, I'll put it that way, we will have some merch for sale.
That's a good look. That's a good look. I cannot wait to get my set in the mail, as well as being able to share it with the crew. They are excited. They got a chance to look at it. They like the vibe, the colors, the questions. It was great. They loved it. So I cannot wait. We'll probably be able to incorporate Lyrically Correct in some future games on the show. So I'm definitely excited about that bonus as well. Thank you so much for chatting with me. We have a check, please, on Chip Chat and Chill. Was there anything that you wanted to take away tonight as a gem that you gained within the conversation on quality time or entrepreneurship, any of that you would like to share with the audience that you're taking with you tonight?
I would say just don't give up. Whatever goal you're trying to reach, it can be done. We all have kids. We only have one. We only have one child. You have multiple children. So you out here doing it. We all trying to find a way to make it work. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way to make it work. So just don't give up. Whatever it is, just don't give up.
I'm going to second that. That is definitely true. Whatever it is, don't give up. I say don't compete. Don't compare. Don't complain. Everybody's journey is their own. Whatever yours is what you truly make of it as life happens to you, how you respond to it. But just do not give up. I agree with you, Jules. And it's a beautiful experience to just call something your own. So whoever's watching, listening, sharing, replaying at this point when this episode airs, do it well. Don't apologize. Learn all you can. Support yourself when nobody's clapping for you. Dance like nobody's watching, but go for yours and never, ever quit. Thank you for those gems. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I miss you guys more than you know. I cannot wait
to miss you too.
Over. But like you said, Nikki, like nothing is the same, and trying to keep that sense of norm, like normal. The new normal works for me actually, because one common thing we found as we've been building episodes and talking with other people and spending time with them, you realize it was supposed to be that way because we, to a certain degree, can agree we were all busy moving at a lightning speed pace. But sometimes where we needed to be moving, we were going nowhere very fast. So 2020, we've had the sift, we had the shift, and like now, once the world opens back up, we'll be unstoppable because we had the quality time we needed and we got that recentering and that focus on the things that really, really matter the most. And so I hope that whatever anybody else gets from this episode, also to add, just spend as much quality time with your family and your friends as you can. Love on yourself and just make the most of it. If you haven't been spending any quality time so far, you've been missing the point. Just go ahead and do it now. I'm excited. So thank you guys again. And as we close, thanks again for the memories. Let's do this again soon. Until we can, you guys all stay safe, love yourself, live in power, and then bring some friends to Chip Chat and Chill.
Will do.